All right, yeah. So what a day, guys. What a freaking day. Is anyone still in meta or am I the only one bag holding this? Hello? Hello? There we go. I'm back. All right, what's going on, guys? Anyone still in meta with me? This is unreal. I'm up like 500% on that swing right now. Probably going to hold it overnight just because of the strong close, but looking to sell tomorrow around anywhere above 615, around 620 I'll be in, or I'll be getting out. But yeah, unbelievable. I wish I held that whole position. I sold around 590 yesterday. A partial sell, but I still have that contract on. It's unreal. Unreal. Square is closing decently well, up about 0.5%, but overall, a decently strong close on the day. But let's see here. We got CRM and OKTA earnings today. So we'll see what this does. Let me see exactly what time these come out. Yeah, I mean, look, I wish we had that day trade today. Um, I tried. It was just kind of choppy and awful to start the day. So let's see. CRM comes out right at close, and OKTA comes out 1 minute after close. So these should happen pretty quickly here. But yeah, no, literally like 10 minutes after I cut the stream off, when I typically cut it off, it broke 600 and just went crazy. I caught a little piece of it, just like, in and out real quick, just because it was late in the day. I didn't think it was going to go too crazy. And it ran another 14 points. So that's a big reason why I did keep that swing on. And I've been, I don't want to say greedy, but just try to ignore the P&L. Just, if I'm going to miss the day trade, I got to let the swing go. And yeah, so we've caught we were getting in around 550. It did take, about 2 weeks for that to really start picking up. But wow, CRM dropping here. I'll get back into meta and square after this, but let's watch CRM. A little bit of a draw. Let me look at OKTA real quick. OKTA ripping here. I'll throw both of them up. So yeah, OKTA is flying here. CRM ended up getting bought up a little bit. Let's check it out. Salesforce revenue 9.9 billion versus 10.1. Hang on here. Adjusted EPS 2.41. It looks like it's doing okay here. Yeah, look, so CRM is starting to come back up here. OKTA's still pushing. TK, you're in OKTA calls? Oh, Condor. Okay. Nice. Yeah, no, OKTA's going pretty crazy here. We'll see what these do here for a couple minutes. But if you guys have any other questions or tickers you want me to go over, happy to do that. I'm pretty thrilled with today, not gonna lie. Meta super strong close. 21-point day. Let's see here, 1 second. See, Meta closed up 3.1 3.51. second here. Let me get a quick little screenshot of Meta. Look at this beautiful breakout here, guys. I mean, just money. All right, let me get this post up here, and we'll get back to it. Sweet. All right, so let's get back to these earnings here. CRM back up. That's good. I'm sure Shy is happy about that one. Yeah, right as I ended that stream today. I mean, yeah, I made a couple $100 on it, but could have made a ton more. It kills me that it happened after about an hour and 15 hour and 30 minutes after the open today. Some of y'all are probably like, man, this probably isn't going to happen today, or Ethan's crazy. But once it broke, I ended up being right. So the swing worked out, but the day trade was kind of choppy and kind of ugly. So is what it is. What time does CRM earnings come out? Full FIFA. They are already out. CRM is up about 10 points so far. Started off down 10, and now we're up 10. So 20-point move there. Yeah, I could have been a lot more, Duco, believe me. I feel you. I feel the pain. But yeah, OKTA here did pretty good. They reported better than expected Q3 financial results, and their 2025 guidance is above estimates. EPS was 2.75 versus 2.61 estimate, and the revenue was 2.597 billion versus 2.563 billion. So a little bit of a beat there, nothing too crazy. But stock sure seems to love it so far, coming down a little bit here. CRM, let's see here. Let's see. So CRM actually missed earnings by 1%. EPS was 2.41 versus the estimate of 2.44. Revenue was up 724 million from the same period last year. So that's probably the positive sign here, which is up. I would love to hear Shai's take on this one, but yeah, pretty solid moves here so far. Only a couple minutes in. Let's go see when these earnings calls are. Probably. So CRM's around 343, so it's up in here. This honestly is not a bad pattern for a breakout here, even higher. I'm not mad at that. Let's see here. The earnings call will be at 4 p.m. Central, so 5 Eastern. So we got about an hour until that comes out. And OKTA call is probably the same here, coming out 5 p.m. Eastern time. So let's see. OKTA's at 94. Big gap here. So there's a gap on OKTA from about 96.5 all the way to about 84. And we're basically just creating a double gap there because we're sitting at 94, 95. So $1 away from that gap fill. But like I said, we are creating another gap here. So solid trade there. Is Latvian in here? How did UPST work out? Ended up kept going, it looks like. I'm still going to wait for that. I like that trade. You got out of Meta, TK? Yeah, I mean, I'm still writing it out. But I don't think there's any problem with you guys taking profits. Really, really solid swing already. I mean, I think I'm up like 500%, so it's kind of hard for me to keep holding on. But I think there's a little bit more room in this. At work, can't watch it. Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, you're the OKTA Condor. I mean, this thing is up at $95 right now. CRM still sitting 342. So I mean, not CRM is definitely a pretty popular name. This had that. Actually, no, it's CrowdStrike. Never mind. I'm totally missing this. But yeah, I mean, this looks pretty good here. Let's back it out a little bit further. This is all-time highs on CRM. All-time high is 348.86. So we're about $4 to $5 from that right now. So maybe a little all-time high trade there tomorrow for us. But other than that, I mean, these earnings are kind of done until their earnings call. I don't expect them to move a whole lot more, but we'll hang out for a little while with y'all. So are there any other tickers, any other questions you guys want? Anyone that's watching on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, you can scan that QR code and look at our coaching program here at PB in our Discord. We are running a 5-day free trial as well. And I bet you that's ending pretty soon. So get in here and try it out. $29 Palms Lab. Yeah, pretty solid there. These are exciting. I think the last earnings I did was kind of lame. So these are fun. You grab some OKTA, nice. Yeah, solid move here. 80, we closed today at 81.71 and sitting 95. We had a high of almost 98. Don't you hate when that happens, Pookie, when you buy and you forget about it and you just make money? When are the earnings calls? So Colin Ward, the earnings calls are going to be 1 hour after the close. So they're going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time for CRM and OKTA. Do y'all say OKTA? I feel like that's an easy way to say it. Oklahoma. Yeah, pretty solid. Is anyone that trades with me, are y'all still in Square? I haven't signaled any sells on that or another sell on Meta. Still in Square. Yeah, you should be. We should. I mean, I'm in the green here, small, but ideally tomorrow, if we can break back through 95, I think that could get us on the move to 100, which is kind of what I'm targeting. But we still have a month and a half left on that expiration, so just trying to be patient with it. Yeah, Colin Ward for sure. Those calls will be interesting. You grab more today? Nice, Josh Smash. Make sure to trim up when you're in profit. Don't be too exposed just because this is kind of been a slow mover. It hasn't worked as well. Meta, if I knew Meta was going to do this, I definitely would have gone in a little bit heavier. I mean, guys, we literally bought the bottom on this. This is where the swing signal was down in this kind of chop fest down here, and sold a little bit yesterday, and still got a little bit on, but I mean, pretty textbook swing there coming from a scalp day trader. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the execution there. Nice, Zuma. Well, you're gonna be happy with that in the morning. CRM still just sitting right here at highs, so that thing is moving strong. Same with OKTA. I know, right? How crazy is that, Pookie? I had to force myself to be patient with this one, and it paid off beautifully. But yeah, solid moves here. I mean, I think I may even put these on watch for tomorrow. Probably CRM over OKTA, but both of them I think are interesting. I mean, this gap here on OKTA is I think is worth a watch. It's like a double gap, so it's kind of interesting. Jeff Lopez gambled 50% of my portfolio on OKTA beat. Well, I never advise to gamble 50% of your portfolio, but hey, it worked out for you now. But I would advise you to start learning some risk management there, my friend. You should hop in our chat. Yeah, I mean, look, earnings gambles. I'm sure you're aware because you called it a gamble that you could lose all of it in a blink of an eye. So I'm happy this worked out for you. I want you to protect those profits and start doing the right thing. Yeah, that's why a lot of people call trading gambling. And my argument is anyone can walk into a casino, right? I guess you got to be 21, but anyone can walk in and throw money down and lose it, just like anyone can open up a brokerage account and lose money. So, but yeah, so Jeff Lopez, if you scan that QR code I got on the screen, you can check out the coaching stuff. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot more people in here, so I'll say it again, but we do have a 5-day free trial to our premium, so you can check that out as well. OKTA about to make new highs here, 98.5. I wonder if this thing goes to 100. Yeah, Chag. I mean, I've been told that forever too. I mean, especially think about me starting when I was like 15, right? Like, Ethan, like, what are you doing? And sure, I mean, there's ups and downs with trading, and in the beginning, I would say everyone loses money in the beginning. There are very few that start off profitable and stay profitable, but you know, y'all have heard me say it before. If you want to be a doctor, you got to go to school for, I think what is it, minimum 8 years. Professional athletes, right? You got to practice your whole life. Trading is not a hobby, it's a profession. You got to really work at it. Yeah, people who don't understand the systematic approach will always assume it's gambling, 100%. What's the ticker again? It's CRM. 29 Palms, CRM. Yeah. Let's see. I want to see if OKTA can hit 100. You guys get if there's any other tickers you guys want me to look at, like I said, or any other trading questions, whatever you want, I'll spend another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes here with y'all, and then we'll get going. I do have a free lesson tonight on all the platforms as well at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that's where I'll do more lesson specific things. But while I'm here, if you have questions that you've been waiting to ask, let's hear it. Yeah, and you get Thursday night with me. I'll be traveling home. Actually, no, that's next Wednesday. Never mind. But yeah, so tonight, free lesson. Thursday, I got premium live. Nope, I got free live trading Thursday morning. Premium lesson, another coaching lesson Thursday night. And then Friday morning, premium live trading as well. How'd you guys do today? I'll make some money. Anyone trade Meta that wasn't in my live trading? And Apple made a new all-time high today. That would have been a pretty easy trade. Choppy action, really low volume to start the day, which was disappointing. But it is what it is. Jag, I mean, honestly, I love that more than you forcing a trade and making money. I would rather you learn the discipline and act on it and just say, you know what, I don't have the time. I can't be 100% focused. I'm going to stay away. That's great. Duco, I mean, you're red, but being red 0.16% is good. That's good risk management. That's good, Duco. Need to stay away from DJT. 29 Palms, you've been trading DJT. Has that even been moving well? CRM at 47. Almost 47.5 here. We're around $1 away from all-time highs. You're up 230% on Meta. Nice. Zuma. I'm probably going to be selling it tomorrow just because, when you get a really strong and fast move like we saw today on Meta, IV will go up a bit. Obviously, volume comes into the contracts. So they'll inflate. Could this go further, and could we make more if we held it for a couple more days, another week or two? Sure, but I have no interest in that. I'm up a ton, so I'll probably look to sell that tomorrow. If we didn't close as strong as we did today, I probably would have gotten out. But the fact that we closed on highs like that, that's typically something I look for to hold overnight. But we'll see. I'm also risking this coming down a little bit overnight, so we'll see. But first day breakout, really strong close, over 600, over all-time highs. That's typically where I'm looking for a little bit more of a follow through. But if you think I'm looking for another 20-point move on this in one day, I'm not. I can promise you. All-time highs here on CRM, 349.78. Got to break 350 here. That's great, Duco. 12.8% on the month. That's beautiful. Let that compound gains work for you. I love it. Y'all trade anything else today? Interesting. Let me go look at DJT because someone mentioned that. Yeah, that's been pretty low volume, low volatility. So yeah, I would probably stay away from that for a little while until some news, or maybe until Trump comes into office officially. Yeah, Snowflake is cool. What have you been doing on Snow? Yeah, Snow, really nice. This actually looks interesting. Snowflake here. Gap up on those earnings, pretty nice consolidation here. It's pretty much just a flat consolidation box here. I think above 178, you can look for that 180 break. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to put an alert on that and maybe look at that tomorrow. I like that. Let's see here. Josh Mash, you want to look at PayPal? For sure. I bet that's moving. Well, actually, it's not moving with Square. Not nearly as well, at least in the last couple days. But overall, PayPal's been strong. At least for the last few months. On the big time frames, it's kind of struggled. But as long as you have risk management there, I hate when someone just says they're holding on to something without a specific reason. Zuma, look at that. 2024 up 922% on your account. That is great. Up 11 grand. Look at that. That is awesome. It took time though, Zuma, I'm sure last year was up 1,000% almost, right? So you've been putting in the work, and it's paying off, man. I love to see that. That's what we look for. Obviously, 1,000% is crazy, but with small accounts, it is doable. But the bigger that account gets, the more you got to start kind of reeling it in, right? Because you can't do 1,000% every year. But congratulations, that's amazing. Holding into the holidays, looking for 90. Okay, yeah, I like the idea. Josh Mash, I like that you're considering outside factors rather than just looking at a chart. Joshua's son, was the earnings call good on OKTA? So the earnings call is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time for OKTA and CRM. OKTA hit 99, not quite to 100. CRM pulling back a little bit here, 347.50. Pretty solid earnings today. I like it. I see that Mr. Mad Maverick alerted OKTA at $73. Wow. That is awesome. Yeah, he is insane mad. I love it. Chat's been killing it recently, guys. I love the momentum we're seeing here coming into the end of the year. There's been a lot of volatility. there's been times that have been tough, right? I mean, we had the election, right? Things went crazy, and I feel like something kind of stopped on a dime. We had some big moves up, and then things kind of went flat. Maybe got a little choppy, pulled back a bit. People that were chasing got caught, but I think overall everyone's been doing pretty good. And if you haven't, voice it. We're here to help you. We want to help you. Well, I'll stick around for a little bit longer, guys. Any other questions? Any other tickers you want me to cover? You guys have any trades you want to talk about? Any trades that you're in that are interesting? If not, we can regroup tonight at my free lesson. Anyone can join. Jag, you always join. Not much going for trades. Yeah. I as nice as it is to see a bunch of gains here coming into the end of the year, the last thing you want to do is start forcing stuff and trying to, go out guns blazing into the end of the year. Honestly, I mean, when the opportunities are there, take them. But when opportunities aren't, just, look back at how well you've done for the year, write some things down that you've done well, some things that you've done bad, work on them, and then just kind of coast into the end of the year. The last thing you want to do is blow up or, take a big chunk out of your overall P&L to end the year. It's been a pretty successful year for me. I think a lot of you guys have done well. So, as much as you want to look at how much more money you can make, think about how much money you can lose, right? Be much better going into the end of the year, happy and green on where you are, and rather than hurting yourself. How important is doing the volume before buying? I think volume is one of the most important indicators there is. No volume, no trade is my kind of philosophy there. I mean, what does no volume mean? Well, no volume means that there's not many transactions taking place, meaning there's not that much money involved in that specific time on that specific stock. That means there's not that much attention there. That means there's not many other traders involved at that stock, at that price, at that specific time. So why would I want to be trading something that not many other people and not much, other money is involved in? A lot of trading is just picking the right side, right? It's picking the right team for whatever time frame you're looking at. You want to be a buyer, you want to be a seller. Why? How do you know if it's high or low? Well, I mean, you just gotta have volume on your screen, and you can just kind of look at it. Like, let's look at PayPal here, right? I think you mentioned it, or someone did. Look at this high volume here on earnings, right? We had on this week, we had about 96 million volume on that week. The next week we had 44 million volume, right? So about half. The next week we had 51 million volume. Week after that, 42 million. Week after that, 28 million. Week after that, this week we are only 2 days in, we're at 15 million volume. So, you could look at this on smaller time frames here. So, like, let's go over my meta idea today. I wanted to trade this around 600 this morning. Look at this 29 palms. I hope you can see the volume here. You guys on YouTube, I don't think you can because of this QR code, but super low volume for the first hour and a half. And then once this thing got up here, look at the volume spike through 600. This is where I want to be involved in. I want to be involved in this kind of volume. You can't see it. Okay, well, I will I'll send a screenshot here into the Discord. So, I'm thinking before I want to be involved around 600 because I think that's where there's going to be volume, and that's where, all-time highs is, and it can break out. Look at the volume beforehand and then look at the volume there. that means that I'm looking at the right thing, right? That proves to me that at 600, there was a lot of other money and a lot of other traders looking at the same kind of move, right? There could have been a lot of volume to the sell side, and this could have just sold right off, right? But I was thinking if it could break 600 and hold above, it could probably go higher. And then I want to see high volume because that then, like I said, confirms that I'm looking at the right thing. So I was anticipating that to happen, and it ended up happening. Let's see. I think I missed something here. Joshua's son on YouTube had a question. I'm a new investor here, but was wondering why OKTA is shooting up so much pre-market. Is it because people are expecting the earnings call to be good? Thanks again. So the reason that OKTA is up right now after hours is because they just had their earnings numbers come out. Okay. So OKTA, right at market close, their let's see, what is it? Their would it be Q3 earnings? I think it's Q3 earnings, right? Their Q3 earnings came out, I believe. I don't know, Q3, Q4 review after Q3 results. Yeah, so they announced their Q3 earnings report, right? So that's like the numbers. How much revenue did they bring in versus how much people were estimating? What was their EPS, their earnings per share? Their margins, profit margin, gross margin, stuff like that. So that comes out right after the closing bell, and so you see this have a crazy move here. The earnings call, which happens typically about an hour after, is where you have like the CFO and the CEO and shareholders get on an actual live stream call. Think about like what I'm doing here, right? I'm live streaming this. Think about me being a CEO of OKTA talking about what their guidance. What do they think is going to happen next quarter, next year? What are they expecting? What are some new, innovations they're making in their company, stuff like that. So that's what the earnings call could do. So, I mean, the stock moves and then maybe the earnings call is bad and the stock may come back down. Or maybe they say some unexpectedly good things on the earnings call that, weren't shown in the earnings report or the numbers. And maybe this goes higher. Does that make sense? Duca, what were y'all talking about being down 50%? What stock? Joshua's son, you should hop in our Discord, dude, so you can talk to us every day. Did I cover Square already? Briefly. Oh, QQQ Lottos, okay. 29 Palm, what'd you learn? Yeah, I mean, I can talk about Square. I'm still in the swing. I still like the way that it's holding up here. I'm just waiting for it to have yesterday was a solid day. That Josh Brown dude from a wealth management, I think he's like a CEO of a wealth management company. He talked about buying Square back on November 21st. It popped up there, kind of pulled back in, didn't do much. Strong day yesterday, and he actually mentioned today that he bought even more of the stock. So I think that did help it push up. You also had Bitcoin decently strong. You had Meta moving. Apple moved pretty well today. So I mean, those don't have huge pull on Square, but I'm still trying to target around this $100 level, and I think honestly, in maybe a couple months, Square, I just love it from a technical standpoint, and my whole reasoning on this is just buying in on some of the first breakouts that we can see here. Let me back this up a little bit more here. So this is the first time on let me go on a weekly candle here, that we closed above $90 since 2022. Okay. We closed above $90 2 weeks ago for the first time. We ended up closing back under it the week after, and we're still above 90 here. So to me, that was the first sign of a breakout. I wanted to get involved a little bit. I got further out expiration. So I bought January 17 expiration 100 calls on this. basically just liking the technical setup. And then, sometimes you get lucky with stuff like this when there's a really, really big time frame, technical breakout will sometimes line up with the catalyst. So, Square's involved with crypto. Crypto's been doing really good lately. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe something doesn't happen until, March, February. I don't know. But I was just kind of looking to try to front run this move here to see if I could get a little bit lucky here. But also using, obviously proper risk management and liking the technical setup regardless. So if you have any other questions on Square, feel free to ask. I'll stick around for another few minutes here. I'm out of half of my contracts. Just a tip, for definitely not as much profit I would have liked, but I just thought, you know what, I'm in the green here. We were kind of struggling for a full week when it was not doing anything. So now that we're in the green, I sold half for some profit just to manage risk there and take some risk off the table and also put some money in my pocket and let the rest of this go. Obviously I'm going to be mad if this does something just absolutely crazy and goes like, 110 in 2 days or something. And I'm out of half of my position, right? Because that means I'd make double my money, but maybe something bad happens and this drops to $80, So there's always two views on that. And same thing with Meta. I sold some Meta break even when that just was stuck for a week, ripped yesterday, sold a little bit more, and now I just kind of have some runners on, and I'm up 500% on those, right? So if I would have held my whole position, would have been super happy, right? But at the end of the day, things could always be the opposite. So that's just part of trading. Trading is just managing risk, and the best loser wins, because everyone will lose. What'd you do how'd you screw yourself on Meta? Thoughts on penny stocks? I'm not a big fan of penny stocks, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. It's just I'm not successful trading those. I think that a lot of people like penny stocks just the reason that they like like meme coins in the crypto world, right? You have this kind of skewed perception that you can buy something for 5 pennies and it's going to go to $10 and you're going to be a millionaire and change your life. Is that something that can happen? Sure. But a lot of people, penny stocks are so volatile that there's a lot of emotions in play. The very few people that I know that are really good at trading penny stocks, most of them are actually short sellers, so that they end up making money when the penny stocks collapse back down after a crazy move. I'm not going to say there's guys that don't make money on the way up, because there are. I mean, Stock Wizards in this chat is really good at it. But I do think there's a lot of, algorithm-based trading there. It's a lot of like more statistics, data, just computer trading rather than, being able to trade as a human. And that's why I think that most of the big time traders trade the big time stocks. The Atlas boys, I don't know who they are. Nice, just a tip. Remember, slow it down, my man. Slow it down. Meme coins are safer than, yeah. I mean, you can honestly, there's arguments there for sure. TK, do y'all know why TMDX event? How? I do not know how that went today. Looks like stock is down 16%. So it doesn't look like it went well. Yeah, it's up a little bit here after the close, about 2 points. All right. Well, are there any other questions, guys, before I head out of here? I still got some more work to do, and then we can regroup tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time at our lesson. Do you trade all sectors? No, I mainly trade the tech sector. There are very few times where I will trade banks or oil, but mainly just big tech stocks, 29 Palm. I like to trade Tesla, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Netflix, NVIDIA, stuff like that, right? The biggest companies in the world. Easy to follow, a lot of liquidity, a lot of volume, stuff like that. No, today's Tuesday, TK. It sounds like you've had a long work day. But no, so tonight I have, yeah, so it's my free lesson tonight, 9 p.m. Tomorrow I have no streams, no lessons. Thursday, live trading in the morning, and premium coaches stuff Thursday night. All good. Go get some rest, relax. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. Yeah, 29 Palm, 9 p.m. Eastern time, same spot, free lesson. Hope to see you there. Looks like you're a new member. Welcome. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye.